Hello and welcome to the BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League. Live tonight from Circuito de Jerez and El Nieto configuration here in Spain. Forward to a very exciting race number 10 in this fall season. With these drivers in the GT3 machines. We don't have a big field tonight, but be a lot of great racing action. This is a video off of a race replay. We may encounter a few issues throughout the broadcast, but hope you do stick around and watch the entire thing. You've heard that there's a lot of great racing action in this one. My name is Adam Baker, and I will be your commentator here this evening. We do want to thank you for joining us on eSpeed for tonight's race. Let's take a look at the points coming into race number 10 in this fall season, where the drivers are fighting to get closer and closer to the championship. Pull in those point standings. It's Clint Fletcher up atop the standings, and he has got a pretty substantial lead with just 4 races remaining after this one. Brian Kennedy with a victory, though, still within reach, 37 points back. Colin Kortenick, 222. He is going to be hard pressed to get up there and challenge the top 2 in the standings, but it is still worth fighting for every point in every position you can get here in the BMW Car Club America National Capital Chapter Fall Season Championship. Matthew Gazenda, Michael Pavolano right there behind Colin in the standings, and still some drivers making starts here in the latter half of the season, working their way up into the top 10. Andy Scheel going to be on the track tonight. He got a victory earlier this season and looking to try and break into the top 10 and continue his great success that we've seen from him in this series. As we will now go track side as the drivers wrap up qualifying. Looking forward to a very exciting race here tonight. Andy Scheel fast in qualifying. Clint Fletcher second. Michael Pavolano third. Matthew Zenda fourth. Dean Tulane fifth. Scott Kim sixth. And Darren Treacle. That is their lap times here on the starting grid. Hopefully got that correct for you. It is a little bit interesting working off of a race replay, but got some good timing and scoring here for tonight's race. Let's take a look at the race analysis from JEREZ tonight. 2.75 miles, 4.43 kilometers. This track has 13 corners, 13 opportunities to make mistakes and make passes. Top 12 drivers will get the invert from qualifying to the first heat, and from the second heat to from the first heat to the feature. Got kind of stumbled there, but top 15 drivers earn points, and there are less than 15 drivers, less than 12. Everybody's going to get inverted. Everybody's getting points tonight. This is the dual race format, 2 20-minute endurance races, and this is race 10 of 14 in this fall season. Of course, comment who you think is going to win, and don't cheat by scrubbing ahead in the video and seeing who wins at the end of it. Should be a lot of fun to watch these drivers battle it out here tonight from JEREZ. This is a very famous racetrack in Spain and home to the Formula One race years ago. These drivers are going to duke it out in the GT3 machines tonight. That will be very fun to watch. Take a look at the track conditions. Put that up on screen. 116-degree track temp, so it's going to be a little bit slick in these GT3s. So we do see Clint Fletcher and Andy Scheel actually at the tail end of this field. It looks like Darren Treacle is going to be the one getting us going in this one. Field working through turns here. Pull up our track map. You can see where your favorite drivers are running here tonight. We do go live and track side, hopefully. Get all of this nice and smooth. Seeing a little bit of blinking here from this replay file. See how things go. As green flag is out, we're off and away from JEREZ. Looks like things maybe now getting caught up in our timing and scoring. Darren Treacle off to a great start here. He's got Scott Kim behind him, Dean Tulane, Matthew Gazenda, Michael Pablano battling it out with Clint Fletcher. Looks like our stream is stabilized here, so that is good. Good battle right back here for fifth. Pablano and Clint Fletcher, Andy Shield at the back. So it looks like that grid that we showed at the beginning, that was the inverted, or that was before the invert. So these guys all fighting for positions at the back of the field right now. Fastest cars in qualifying, but at the front, Darren Treacle showing the way. It's a little bit loose there. Here comes Scott Kim, gonna look the driver's left. And this track with a lot of technical curves, a lot of corners. You can make mistakes in very easily if your car is a little bit wide of preferred groove. You can see Darren Treacle a little bit wide through there. Here comes Scott Kim. Really nice run. He's going to close the gap to one car length. And further back, Andy Shield is gotten by Clint Fletcher. He's going to now take a peek at the driver's right on Mike Pablano. And Pablano himself going to try and make the move on Matthew Gazenda. Nearly 3 wide as they come back across the start-finish line. And underneath that amazing viewing pavilion here on the front stretch. Look at this battle back here at the tail end of the field. Gazenda now down low. Here comes Shield. Going to look through the middle. He'll take the position away. Completes that pass on the Audi machine. Matthew Gazenda. Clint Fletcher has yet to make a move forward after such a great qualifying effort. He is your points leader and going to want to keep as many points as possible. But Brian Kennedy not in the field tonight, so that could be the last opportunity for anyone to try and catch Clint Fletcher, who now takes a peek to driver's right on Matthew Gazenda. Taking a look at the names of these corners, they work into turn number 8, Curve Aspar, what we call that one. Named after different drivers. So now this one's the Angel Nieto into Curva Felica, 9 and 10. Then they'll work their way back towards turn number 11 at the back of the field here. Look at the battle starting to emerge. Andy Shield and Michael Pablano fighting for position. And Pablano's going to get passed up and not hold off Andy Shield. As we are still on lap number 2. Working their way back to the start-finish line. Again, this incredible viewing pavilion, 360 view. And here comes Clint Fletcher as he passes underneath that pavilion, tries to make a move on Michael Pablano into the tight turn number 1. Not able to get it done. They go through Michelin turn number 2 into turn number 3, right back to the left here. We'll go on board with Clint Fletcher as he tries to chase down Michael Pablano, both in Porsches. Really good stuff back here at the back part of the field, and Darren Treacle has not gotten away by very much. It's just a couple of car lengths. Scott Kim is having a great start to this race, working lap number 3. He's still in contention to go up there and maybe challenge for the race lead. Darren Treacle is showing the way. Go again. Scott Kim hanging on to second. Andy Shield trying to close in. He's gotten away from the rest of the field and starting to track down the top 2. Pablano now putting the pressure on Dean Tulane, who's in a Ford Mustang. Got just one Mustang in the field, 3 Porsches, and they are about to go 3 wide. Pablano looks left through the hairpin, back towards turn number 1, and he's not quite able to clear the Mustang with that straightaway speed. Going to power back alongside. And he is going to complete the pass now, though, into turn number 1. This is all of the cars in this field within a few seconds of each other. Top 3 have broken away, and then 4 cars at the back, nose to tail. Pablano is through. See if he can go up there and track down the top three. He's obviously got good pace. Not quite close enough to challenge for the lead. It looks like Clint Fletcher has also made the move on through. He was challenging down into turn number one. He's gotten by Dean Tulian, who started to fade here a little bit in this race. Gazenda closing in now, just about a car length behind. Keep an eye on those top three. Battle for the lead up here. Got Kim sandwiched in the middle. Darren Treacle out in front. You can see starting to lose the grip in that Mercedes. Ferrari closing back in just a little bit, but how about Andy Shield carrying all that momentum? He is all over Scott Kim. I'm going to take a peek now into the final hairpin. And he will complete the pass, gets the power down in that Porsche 911. Very impressive. Scott Kim will fall back to the third spot. Pablano closing in a bit more. Clint Fletcher as well. So that's leaving Dean Tulian and Matthew Gazenda at tail end of the field. The fight for 6th and 7th themselves. But Treacle feeling the pressure now from Andy Shield. Fastest car pole sitter in this race. Obviously went to the back because of the invert. And you can see he's just got so much more security in that Porsche right now. And Darren struggling with the grip, these high track temps. It is so close right now. Looking out back, almost gets to the bumper in the Porsche. We don't see really any bumper-to-bumper racing, but we might see that here, and then we do! Treacle goes around. Andy Shield gonna have to check up for it, and it looks like he is gonna wait to get rolling. Good sportsmanship there, but not exactly what you would expect to see from those two. Let's see if we can get another view of it. Yeah, just a little tag of the bumper. The 70 goes around, and unfortunate, but really good job by Shield to stay off of him. Big contact into the tire barrier, though, for Darren Treacle, as we will go back live here in just a moment. Back up to the front now. It's Scott Kim leading the way, and he has been able to take that top spot. Pablano now up to second. Clint Fletcher into the podium places. And then Dean Tulian and Matthew Gazenda have both bypassed Andy Shield and Darren Treacle, who were our top two drivers, now at the back of the field. Pablano putting that pressure on. Can he go up there and get the win in the heat race? Obviously, very good pace. The Porsche's looking to be the best of everybody today. Keep an eye on Andy Shield and Darren Treacle. Treacle has gotten back going, but that car obviously having some problems. He's going to be able to limp it around potentially for the second half of this race. Andy Shield has caught right up to Dean Tulian and Matthew Gazenda, and he'll see if he can get it back up there and maybe challenge for the win. Meanwhile, out in front, Scott Kim has fallen back to third. He's gotten passed up by Clint Fletcher and Michael Pablano. Let's see if we can find out what happened to complete the pass there. Scott goes a little bit wide. And yeah, just nice job there by Michael Pablano to go the long way around. And Clint Fletcher going to do the exact same thing. So those two are going to now battle for the top spot. Look at this. Here comes Clint Fletcher. Remember, he started second to last. Pablano started right there in front of him. And they are now up here battling for the win, both in the Porsches. It looks like the 111 of Pablano will be able to hold him off. Really defensive driving right there. Going to be tough to make that pass. Both these drivers have been so quick. They are going to probably pull away from Scott Kim, but Scott stay in the top 3 and have a very impressive run here in this heat race. It's going to be 3 laps to go in this one. Poblano still out in front. Andy Shields closed the distance up to about a car length. Clint Fletcher right there, about 2 car lengths back as well. They continue to battle it out here on lap number 11. Him very consistently just a little bit off of these 3, but look at the big slide there from the top 2. The 111 of Poblano goes for a slide, and Shield pushed the issue just that much more and actually went into the dirt. They are using every inch of racetrack available, and that has given the advantage now to Michael Poblano by about 4 car lengths, but he's figuring some things out. Got the clean air. Drivers behind him still struggling to close in. Can he hang on and actually get a win in this heat race? These guys are going to have to go to the back due to the invert or the feature. That could be very interesting to watch them again charge through the field. Coming back 2 laps to go. Shield is there. It is 1 car length, but these Porsches are not feeling very good. They are running out of grip. And how about Andy Shield cutting it to pit lane here? Not sure what's going on with that. If he's going to try and take advantage of the invert or something, but he's brought it to pit lane. Maybe not enough fuel. And the top 2 now, Clint Fletcher and Michael Poblano with 2 laps to go. Andy Shield, very interesting to see him work through. I wonder if he's serving a penalty. Well, it looks like he will exit back onto the racetrack all the way back to 5th position. Darren Treacle's still out here somewhere, struggling with his damaged Mercedes. The top 2 set to battle here over the last couple of laps. They've been close all race long. Let's see if Clint Fletcher is going to have anything for the 111. Clint Fletcher all over the back bumper. It's just about a car length. They work through the high-speed corners, 120 miles an hour, and climbing. And he is right there. Really good job to carry the momentum. They're going to work into the hairpin. He's going to send it down the outside. And can he keep it alongside as they race towards the start-finish line? This is going to be an incredible run to the end there, and that was the finish. Just 1/10 of a second. Oh my goodness, let's go back and take a look at that one. If we can get a good view of this. Coming to the start finish line. And that was it right there, just about a half car length. Amazing job by Clint Fletcher to take advantage and make the pass there on the final lap. And he's going to take the win in the heat race at JEREZ tonight. And here are your results tonight from JEREZ in the heat race. Clint Fletcher first, Michael Poblano second, Scott Kim third, Gene Tulien in fourth, Andy Shield comes home in the 5th spot, Darren Treacle going to finish in 6th, and Matthew Gazenda going to round out 7-car field in the heat race at JEREZ. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the feature event.
From the starting line to the finish line and everything in between, Duncan Racing Designs is here to supply you with the livery you didn't know you needed. Let DRD help you look good so you can drive fast. Contact Duncan Racing Designs on Instagram, Trading Paints, or via email. This season of the BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League is brought to you by Gunfire Games, developers of the hit game Remnant 2, now available for PC, PS5, and Xbox. For more information on Remnant 2, visit www.remnantgame.com.
back at the racetrack now to get things kicked off for the feature event tonight. Darren Treacle going to be rolling off from the front of this one. Matthew Gazenda going to start right alongside. Then you're going to see the one machine of Dean Tulane. Scott Kim in the 711 going to start right up here in row number 2 as well. Then we've got Michael Pabolano running in the 5th spot. Alongside him, it is going to be Clint Fletcher and Andy Shield going to start at the tail end of the field in this one. Actually, don't even see him on the racetrack. Looks like he's going to be starting from the pit lane. As we work our way through the hairpin back towards the start-finish line to get things going here. And green flag is out. We are off and away from JEREZ for the feature race. Andy Shield is going to be starting from pit lane. Interesting to see that. We've seen other drivers do it in other races. He'll have to charge his way all the way forward. Get up there and try and fight for the win in this one. Good start to the race. It is Matthew Gazenda out in front. The Remnant 2 Audi. Pull away by a few car lengths. The battle's now on Scott Kim, Clint Fletcher. Clint well up the field from where he was at the start of the heat race. Now we see Michael Pabolano taking a peek at the driver's right. Dean Tulane give him some running room. They make a little bit of contact. Keep it going in the right direction. Andy Shield, you can see back here, he's a good distance behind. But he has been so quick all night long. Fastest in qualifying, made his way back up onto the podium until he took it behind the wall, or rather took it down pit road. Interesting to see that. In this race, though, he did start from pit lane and see if he can charge his way all the way up. Mike Pabolano still stuck in behind Dean Tulane, and there is Andy Shield already making up so much ground. The 111 should be able to complete the pass. He does off the hairpin in lap number 2. Gazenda out in front. Aaron Treacle in second. Clint Fletcher already up into the podium spots. Very strong already, putting that pressure on Darren Treacle. See if he can make a move to get by for second. Looks a little bit wide there, wide to the left. Now going to be able to try and get a good run off, and he is able to do. Looking from the back of Darren Treacle, his Mercedes. Aaron's been pretty strong tonight. Mostly got turned around, not what he would have liked to have had happen to him in the heat race, but looks pretty decent right now. Matthew Gazenda looking very good out in front with that clean air. Saw him struggle a little bit in the early portions of the heat race. Definitely lost the handle on the Audi and went for a slide into the wall. And how about Darren Treacle and Clint Fletcher? Nearly a little bit of contact in that battle for second. Scott Kim and Michael Pabolano, 4th and 5th. And there goes Pabolano, actually going to take a peek down to driver's left as they race back towards the start-finish line. So tough to complete that pass when you make an attempt. The other driver does their job. They should be able to hold you off, and that is exactly what Scott Kim was able to do, but slips up a little bit right there. Here comes Pabolano. Try and muscle his way on through and should be able to complete the pass. He will go around into the 4th spot. As it looks like Andy Shield has closed up on Dean Tulane, so that'll be the change for 6th, though he has caught the tail end of the field. How quick that number 5 Porsche machine has been. still on the same straightaway as the leaders. Starting from pit lane. Very impressive stuff. We'll see what he's able to do here as this race progresses. Only 3 laps in. Should have about 10 more to try and get up there, and we'll see if his speed is enough to do just that. Here we go. Andy Shield trying to make a move to get into the 5th spot. He'll go to the right side of Scott Kim, who's able to track him down and now completes that pass. Still a long ways to go to catch up to the race leader, who is still Matthew Zenda. Able to hang on to this for the first 3 laps. Lap 4 looks like maybe starting to slip up a little bit. Hot track temp starting to affect the 52 machine. Clint Fletcher is closed in on these drivers and is putting the pressure on, and Babolano starting to get that much closer. And Andy Shield is just back here. That is how close he has gotten now. That pace, 5 Porsche, is too good here at JEREZ tonight. The top 3 nose to tail into the hairpin to begin lap number 5. It's 3 cars under a blanket. Babolano should be there soon enough to contend. We'll see if Darren Treacle is going to take any kind of a move into turn 1. Elects to stay in line. Trying to force a mistake from Gazenda. And this is an area that he's struggled just a little bit. But looking pretty solid right now. No major issues. And there goes Treacle off into the sand. 2 tires. Fletcher's really good in a couple of portions of this track. He is really good through there. Gets a great run. He's going to be all over the back bumper now. Takes a peek. The driver's right. He's coming from a long ways back, but not able to make the move this time. See some vulnerability amongst the top 2, and these Porsches once again in line with each other, and they'll be contending for the race win when it's all said and done. Most likely, not even halfway through this, they've already arrived. Some from further distances than others. About to start lap number 8, and that is a great run right there. Darren Treacle not quite able to make it happen. Rather, this is lap 7, not lap number 8. That much tighter. Look at this. 5 cars nose to tail in line fighting for the victory here at JEREZ tonight, just past the halfway point in this race. And is Andy Shield going to be able to do anything with Michael Babolano now that he's gotten there? On board. Running in that 5th position. Started from pit lane. Let's see, trying to be smooth, trying to keep the tires on it. We saw he started to struggle a little bit. End of the heat race, having to charge the field twice. Definitely going to use your stuff up, and he did not have much left. Definitely went down pit lane. Not sure if there was a penalty being served to cause that, but started from pit lane in this one, and there is a big slip up from Clint Fletcher, who's going to have Babolano now go to the inside. Went nearly got into Darren Treacle, and did not want to see Darren go around for a second time tonight. After running really very clean races. Clint able to hold on over, does it down into the corner. A little contact between Michael Babolano and Andy Shield. They'll race their way back around to start lap number 8. Top 5 now, much more spread out than they were 1 lap prior. Got him back there in the 6th spot, being 2 lean in 7th. Those guys not really contending at the moment. Scott, a little slip up earlier in this one. Anything can happen, especially with these top 5 as close as they are. Gazenda going to go off, and he's going to catch the wall again 2 times tonight. similar incident catches too much of the curb. Go back and take a look at what happened to him. This time it was just the back end came around and slams it in with the left front, the opposite corner of the car, as the heat race incident that he had. So the Remnant 2 machine going to collect some damage there. As we get things back rolling, he's able to get it up to speed somewhat, but he'll fall to the tail end of the field. And that's going to give Darren Treacle the top spot. So that is a big incident. And Darren Treacle, first time leading in this race after starting up there on the front row. Fletcher, Michael Poblano, and Andy Scheel right there behind him. Going to be putting a lot of pressure on. They'll be going back to 5 laps to go. These are seasoned veterans of this league, all of them with wins throughout different seasons and different cars, different series. So you guys are all essentially professionals of this league. And everybody here very good, very respectful. They're going to race it out, though. Coming back to start lap number 9 through the hairpin. See the handling maybe starting to go away on the Mercedes, and Clint Fletcher seeing blood in the water. He is 1 car length back. He's going to be able to make a move in these first few turns. Put a car between himself and the other 2 Porsches. Rather, not quite the run that he needed. Turn number 1 seems to be just overdoing it a little bit into the braking zones. See if he's able to make any kind of an attempt at the pass. Look at Poblano, big slide right there, just the same spot that Matthew Zenda had his issue. That's going to open the door for Andy Scheel. Get on through into 3rd. Can he get up there and challenge the top 2? He's come so far. Starting on pit lane, he is already up here in the fight. He's got plenty of time to make it happen. It's just used everything up in getting there. Fletcher down into the hairpin in 2nd. And, oh man, big slip up from Darren Treacle. That's going to be side-by-side battling for the race lead here. We begin lap number 10. 3 laps to go, including this one. Can Clint Fletcher complete the pass? No. Good defensive driving by Darren Treacle. That's going to open the door for Andy Scheel. Is he going to be able to complete a pass? Clint pretty much gives it to him. Now Andy Scheel focusing forward. He made contact with the 70 while they were battling for the lead. First race tonight. See if he's going to be able to get there, do anything with the 70 in a clean way. Obviously a bit faster. He's come from probably 10 or 15 seconds back. Now it is Darren Treacle still at the mercy of the 3 Porsches behind him. He's done a very good job. No major mistakes. Matthew Gazenda obviously led those first few handfuls of laps. Slipped up there, gave the lead away, and he's able to get by Dean Tooley now after he's got rolling. But how about this right on the back bumper? Trying to force an error. Darren Treacle usually very composed. We don't see a lot of mistakes from Darren. Here we go down into the hairpin again. This is where everybody has been trying to make moves. And same story right there. Andy Scheel tried to make it happen. Not quite able to get the run off. And now Clint Fletcher is going to be right there in tow. Back towards turn number 1. Misses the apex just a little bit. And that'll cost him about a car length to those top 2 drivers. Andy Scheel doing everything he can to try and set up his exits. It is not working to help close in and make a pass. People still showing the way. Just 2 laps left in this. Here we go. Going to be coming back towards the white flag. Clint Fletcher trying to make a move there on Andy Shield. Not able to do it. Should be one lap to go. And it is Darren Treacle trying to hang on for dear life. Here comes Andy Shield. Got a really nice run out of turn 1. Goes for a big slide in turn 2, though. Clint Fletcher trying to get alongside and battle for that runner-up spot. That's going to create some separation now. The 70, Darren Treacle, he's got about 4 or 5 car lengths. Is that going to be enough? They're all sliding around here. And Darren Treacle, man, what a race he's run. What a redemption race if he can close this out. Leading at the time, tagged by Andy Shield, who's now at his back bumper once again. Is he going to be able to hold him off this time? Force Andy to try and make a pass. Very worn and hot tires. This is going to be a good one here. Still about half of the lap to go. But it is Darren Treacle still in front. Just a few more corners. And how about that behind him? Andy Shield goes for a big bobble. They're coming back towards the start-finish line. It's the hairpin first, and the battle is on for second. But Darren Treacle, sole possession of the race lead. It looks like he's going to be able to do it. Off the final corner, Darren Treacle hangs on to win. An amazing job here tonight as they all pile in. And that's the tradition here at BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League. But your winner here tonight, that is going to be Darren Treacle. What an amazing drive by him to be able to hold on and capture the victory in this one. So Darren Treacle is your race winner. Second place finisher, that is going to be Andy Shield. Incredible drive to the front. Fastest in qualifying, fastest in the heat race, ultimately finished in the podium in both of the races tonight. Clint Fletcher going to come home in the 3rd spot. Very strong night for him as well. He was up there in both races competing for the win and ultimately 1 position short. Michael Pavolano looks like he'll come home in the 4th position, so let's take a look at the rest of the results. Pavolano in that 4th spot. And then it's going to be Scott Kim in the 5th position. Matthew Gazenda 6th, and Dean Tooling rounding out the field of 7 drivers here tonight from JEREZ. Going to be a fun one in a couple of weeks when we're back. We are not going to be broadcasting the next race, which is Road Atlanta. So we'll be at Saxon Ring on December 5th. So make sure to tune on in December 5th, 8:15 p.m. for race number 12 on the schedule. Thank you so much for tuning in here for this one from JEREZ, and have a great night.